Hello everybody, my name is Knifeharox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reading Your Throne. So, I feel like I have to apologize to the Your Throne fans. I started Your Throne back in 2022, and I had every intention of making it a weekly series. And then I was laid off from my job. So, for those of you who don't know, I am in the art field. I am a graphic designer. And in 2022, I did not hold a degree. I was hired, well, actually before then, so back in 2020, I was hired purely off of talent. I was really good at what I did. And, you know, I had the portfolio from being a photographer and doing extra things, kind of outside of a photographer's scope, but it helped boost my portfolio a lot, and I ended up getting the job there. I worked there for quite some time, and I was really happy where I was. And then the company sold to a different person. And maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, but typically when companies sell to other people, layoffs incur. And for me, I was one of those layoffs. I did not have the degree like other people had, and I did not have the seniority that other people in the company had. So I was let go. Afterwards, I tried to find a new job in the art field, and my options really were to do photography again, or try to find a job in graphic design, which is more of what I wanted to do, or at least do photo editing or something that wasn't as physical as photography is. And unfortunately, I came to a reality that the job that I had was kind of a unicorn. I had the experience, but I didn't have the degree, and that seemed to be like a major issue for a lot of people. I would constantly be passed over for people who had the degree and the experience, which I understand. The art field can be a really cutthroat field. So I made the decision that year to go back to school instead of trying to find another job in graphic design, because it just wasn't going to happen. So I went back to school, and I did take a part-time job as a photographer. And I did that, and now I will be graduating in May, and the majority of my classes are done. I have like 2 more classes really that have actual assignments still in them, and but this is a long-winded way of saying that I should be able to do this series more often, and I do apologize to fans who were very excited for Your Throne. It was my bad. Unfortunately, Your Throne was just one of those series that got put on the back burner in lieu of more established series on the channel, because I also run a social media page, and I do all the editing for a different channel on here, and that one was more pressing because people rely on me to do that, and they rely on me to do the social media and other things too, so I had to do those things. But now that I have more time, it shouldn't be as serious, and I hope that you guys will support me. So, without further ado, that's enough talking from me. Let's get into it. Let's get the music going. I did go back and I read just like the last chapter just to get a better understanding of the story. Because it has been 3 years almost since I read the story. Okay. Let's find some music that'll go with it. I also did put a whole bunch more music in here because I saw that my playlist was kind of empty for this one. Okay. Well, let's start with this one. Did you just address me as you? Impudent brat? Swoosh. After all I've done for you? She's acting. She's not Lady Medea, but... if she isn't Lady Medea, who is she? If I was just mistaken... Drip... Punish me. I have been insolent. I will pay with my blood. Smack. Roll. Enough! That's enough! I didn't expect them to draw blood during the spar. They did use real swords, but this has never happened before, has it? Whatever it was that happened, we will never know. We're too far away to hear what was said. I'm sorry to have made a scene. It's fine, you may go. But you'll still have to attend the Imperial Banquet in a week. Could I come to escort you then, my lady? Oh. His eyes are red. He must be holding back his tears. Of course, Helio. If not you, who else? I did it. I was left unscathed by Marquise Helio. I didn't realize I was capable of such a thing. No, that's not right. It was only possible because I was Lady Medea. Yes. But still. Oh my. When did it start to rain? Screech. Oh, my lord. How was your visit to the Duke's Manor? Today, a funny thing happened. Lady Medea called me Helio. She's never called me that since my coming-of-age ceremony. Heli was what she always called me. What on earth is going on? What is going on? You're too excited to sleep, aren't you? His Highness's birthday is less than a week away. And it's also the first public appearance we'll make since the engagement. My goodness, how romantic. The banquet will be full of influential families from both inside and outside the Empire. There will be extravagant music and smorgasbord? Is that how you say that word? And my lady and His Highness will be at the center of it all. What a picture of perfection. You look more excited than Lady Psyche. Do I? Have a good night, Lady Psyche. Good night. Thud. Humoring them is exhausting. How bothersome. Should I drop the act? Forget it. All of this will be over once I am married and become the crown princess. I am ready. A bird, lemons, and a sheet of paper. The juice from the lemon can be used as invisible ink to hide the writing in the letter. And the message in the letter will be revealed if the paper is heated by flame. But most people won't go so far as to do that. Squeeze. Helio will have realized that I'm not my usual self by now. But there's no way he would guess that our bodies have switched. This letter I wrote explaining everything is of utmost importance. Please take this to him. Some of these I may have read previously, but since I don't really remember what happened, it's a good recap for me anyway. Oh, is this a secret letter? The name written here is Medea. I'm currently in Count Callista's manor. Well, so that's what happened. During my watch, this bird flew out from Lady Psyche's room. This letter was originally meant for Marquis Helio of the House of Niccolo. Well done. I will burn the letter. We will head to the Marquis's manor first thing in the morning. Whoosh. Okay. Caca! I wonder if the Crown Prince has seen the fake letter that I've sent. By now, the real letter. Tap, tap. Meow. What have you got there? A piece of paper? No. It's a letter. Lady Medea? How are these accessories, my lady? I love them. Shall I tie your hair a little lower? How strange that His Highness has decided to visit at such short notice. Psyche. I believe you have something to tell me. Last night, I dreamt of you, Eros, and it made me so happy. That's not what I meant. So when I heard that my dear Eros was coming to visit this morning, I just knew we were always meant to be. You love me so much that you see me in your dreams? Of course! In that case, I have a favor to ask. Stay away from Medea's salon. I'm currently in Count Callista's manor. Don't you dare pretend not to know what this means. How did you... I had already noticed that I was being watched. It was impossible not to know. They tail me closely nearly every second that I'm awake. Then disappear the very moment the Crown Prince visits. They must have been careless because their target is Psyche. Well, good for me. Thanks to their negligence, I can make all the necessary preparations. I can explain everything. Recently, I had received a letter from the Marquise. The letter mentioned that Lady Medea wanted for us to be friends again. As proof, the Marquise gave me a letter that she had sent him. Helio, I'm currently in Count Callista's manor. I have decided to forgive her at last, but because we could not talk for very long, due to your sudden visit, she asked if we could arrange a meeting at your birthday banquet. I sent a letter back to her in order to decline, because it would only worry you, Your Highness. I was going to tell you, but you knew all along. That's why you're here. How foolish I must have looked to be excited like that. Step, step, step. Foolish? The thought never crossed my mind. I was just worried about you. Eros? You... Yes, sir. Bring me the bracelet that I've prepared for her to wear at the banquet. You know, I have to say, it is kind of sad to see that Medea's people have kind of caught on that something weird is happening, but Psyche's people have not. And I guess Psyche's challenge is that she, the real Psyche, she has to pretend to be something completely different from her normal life, and for Medea, she's just gotta reel it in a bit. But it's still kind of sad to see, like, how do you not realize that this isn't the same person? Your hand. A bracelet this size should be large enough to hide a bruise. What? Clink! I am certain that the woman is up to something. She may even try to poison you again. Lock Lady Psyche in the basement so that she may not contact Lady Medea. Oh, okay, so they do... I take back what I said. They do realize that something weird's happening. Your Highness! I will release you before the banquet. It's because I love you. Liar. Why would you lock up someone you love? This is absurd. I only said that Lady Medea wanted to make up with Psyche again. In case she acts crazy and flings herself at me at the banquet. Why isn't anyone stopping him? Nanny. Why? Why did you have to disappoint His Highness? Huh. Not a single person in this manor is sane. Do you think I was a bit excessive? It was the only way. Medea. She is wicked like no other. Cunning. And manipulative. I cannot help but be cautious. Medea. It's interesting the way that they're showing this. Because he's saying Medea and then it flashes to Psyche. And it's talking about this and he says, I cannot help but be cautious. And then it flashes to Psyche again. I'm not sure if this is a hint that he's catching on. Or it doesn't feel like a coincidence that they're doing that. It could also be the artist's way of showing that he's thinking of the actual Medea, but the real Medea is Psyche. And so unintentionally, this is what's happening. But it's also kind of weird because the way that the staff responded to her being locked up, it almost seems like it's like a normal thing that happened to Psyche a lot, which is even weirder. I don't know how I like him. I don't know. That's a little odd. Why is there a place like this in the basement? It's more than capable, swoosh, of catching on to what is going on from a single letter or even a simple sentence. What was she seeing? Now I'm curious to know what she was seeing. Rap, rap. Is it the wind? Swoosh. Gaze. Rapping twice on the rightmost window closest to the bed is the signal we agreed on when we were meeting in secret. But now, Lady Medea, no, the stranger, acts as if she doesn't know the secret knock at all. How dare you, first? Why don't you introduce yourself properly? Psyche Callista. Swoosh. Thump, thump. How did he know? How? You're too slow. You should have drawn your sword by now. Pardon? Your life would have been in danger if it were anyone else. You do realize that many nobles who are well acquainted with Lady Medea will be present at the banquet. Your mannerisms, your speech, every single step you take. I'll make you the perfect Lady Medea. Okay. This guy seems so much better. I'm just gonna say, like, Medea seems to have way better people on her side than Psyche does. And I guess maybe Medea is starting to realize that for herself. But why? Don't you despise me, Lord Helio? I was ordered to protect you by Lady Medea. Ha! 5 days left until the birthday banquet. Tick-tock. The all-powerful force sustaining the Vasilios Empire is divinity. Only 2 families were bestowed divine power, and they took the name of the empire as their own. One was the imperial family, which made sure that the empire prospered outside its borders, and the other was the Pope and the Church, which focused on the empire's security. These 2 families shaped the Vasilios Empire. The debutante ball, held after 2 springs and 2 winters had passed in the Vasilios Empire, was the most anticipated event by all the budding socialites. 3 years ago, I heard that Count Callista's daughter will make her debut today. That's quite unexpected. I thought she would stay hidden forever. I think it was said that she's been chronically ill from birth, no? The rumor is that she was born a monster, not a human. Some say that the Count kept his daughter hidden because she is too precious to him. What nonsense. Ah, Lady Medea, what is your take on it? Her status was very different back then. You were crushed by the gossip even upon your first step into high society, while I was already in the uppermost echelons at the mere age of 19. Therefore, that night, well, I showed a little generosity as someone in my position would. It is normal for a household to hide their troubles, but the same is true for those who possess something very precious. Indeed, however precious things... How astute you are, Lady Medea. You are much too kind. We're treated as such because of their rarity. Really? Is she really Lady Psyche of the House of Callista? That was why Psyche's entrance was so shocking. Straighten your back some more. Don't fall asleep. You need to transcribe at least half of what I've prepared to even begin imitating Lady Medea. But this is too difficult for me, my lord. Are you sure Lady Medea had mastered these works when she was only 8 years old? Please don't use that tone and expression with Lady Medea's face. I suppose I should be relieved that Lady Medea took a more generous tone in public. Still, you should make a habit of speaking down to people when in private. Fine. Will she be able to pull it off? Culture, common sense, and savor fare. She doesn't have a single thing that I can rely on, but at least she has the potential to weather a crisis. I have no choice but to risk everything on that potential. Well, it looks as if he won't let me out. Your Highness, there are no suspicious movements coming from the Solons. Is that so? Be that as it may, 2 are definitely better than 1. What are you wearing? Why is your dress so flashy? Does it look strange on me? No, but you dress as if you're the star of the banquet. You're not the crown prince's lover right now. Attracting attention like that only puts your life in further danger. I know, but I've been waiting for this day for so long. His Highness was too busy last year, so he promised we would spend his birthday together this year, just as I promised. After everything we've been through, we stand together here at last. On the way down to Count Callista's basement. See, this is the thing, too. It looks so romantic until you realize that they threw her in a basement. I don't like him. we stand together here at last. Okay, I was curious to see what secrets the well-mannered house of Callista had been hiding. I guessed that it would be a prayer room from the atmosphere, but I wouldn't have been surprised if it turned out to be a prison. In the end, it turned out to be just a normal room. A normal room that had been lived in for some time. They were abusing her. Psyche must have been confined in this room until the day of her debutante ball when she was 16. But why? Eros, how did you even know that this room existed? Exactly. That's the question that needs to be asked. Blair. Hold on. Glory to the Vasilios Empire. I present to you the wings of the Empire, His Highness Eros Orno Vasilios, and the only daughter of the House of Callista, Lady Psyche. Psyche. There you are. The tables have turned since your engagement day. Today I'm the one looking down on you. At you. On that day, I wanted to rip that smile off your face by wringing your neck. I wonder how you see me today. The usurper of the one you love, or the fool who now has to bear your misfortune. Dang. I will say, the more that I'm getting to know both characters, the more I like them both. I can't remember what I said back in 2022, but I'm sure it was something along the lines of, I'd be interested to see both sides of the character. Who knows what I actually said, though. I didn't watch my full video. I only just read the chapters, so I'd be like, oh yeah, this is what's happening. Clap, clap, clap. What a lovely couple. It makes me happy just to watch. They truly are the pride of the Vasilios Empire. No, how could nobody have noticed? That isn't me. That is Lady Medea. I should be the one by his... Don't. They want you to hear them. They are provoking you. Didn't I warn you about this, Medea? The only thing you can do is watch. It is interesting, too, and it goes to the fact if she had been abused her whole life, then she does not realize that the life she has lived was abusive. This is coming, you know, growing up, I hate to say this, actually, but growing up, I lived in a really toxic family situation. My mom ended up abandoning me when I was 16 years old. She abandoned my whole family, not just me, but it was a very abusive situation. And it wasn't until I started dating my current husband, he's my high school sweetheart, that when I went to his house and I met his family and really started to get to know people outside my own family, I began to realize that something odd was happening at my house. The way that I was living and what happened to me wasn't normal. And so I do like that as far as we know right now, what is being portrayed is somebody who doesn't realize that they were living an abusive life. So it is interesting to see. I wonder if she'll eventually realize that for herself. And it's interesting that obviously Medea realized it right away, and part of that is she seems to have grown up and had a proper noble education. She was treated like a noble daughter. It's also interesting that they see her as a villain, what most people do. Considering so far what I've seen from her, it doesn't really seem like she was like a villain to like the idea of what I would have as a villain in my head. Like, she says things, obviously, that are like, wow, that's effed. But, her actions kind of betray her a bit. We shall see. Psyche, may I have the honor of this first dance? What's happening? You haven't stepped on my feet yet. How peculiar. Haven't I improved, Your Highness? Yes. You're doing me proud on my birthday. You look quite delighted today. I was pondering over how to give you the gift I've prepared. But it's your birthday today, not mine, Your Highness. I found my purpose in life after meeting you. Even the Crown Prince knows how to sugarcoat his words. So today is the day I was born again because of you. And yet, you did not recognize Psyche, even when she stood before you. Exactly, girl! Exactly! Helio saw it right through Psyche. Like, it took him 0.5 seconds to realize that shit. And yet, this guy doesn't. He is so fake. Somebody who truly loves somebody would be able to recognize. My husband realizes if something's wrong by the way I sigh. If I sigh even 0.5 seconds more than what I normally do, he's asking me what's wrong. There's no way someone you truly love, you wouldn't realize that something weird was going on. We are honored to have been invited to this banquet, celebrating the blessed day of the Vasilios Empire. We bring you precious jewels from the Western Kingdoms. We've prepared them in the hopes that they will bring you health and happiness. Praise be the wings of Vasilios Empire and the sole successor to the everlasting glories. Your Imperial Highness, your guests have arrived. Alright, I need to excuse myself momentarily on official business. I'll be waiting. Sneak. Swish. Where's Lord Helio gone? Lady Medea! There you are. I've been looking all over for you. I've been worried sick ever since I heard the rumor. What rumor? You haven't heard? Everyone's been saying that Lady Medea's gone mad after losing His Highness. The youngest daughter of the House of Sarah. Is it Syria? Sarah? She's the woman that Lord Helio had warned me about. She had always wanted to win Lady Medea's favor. But when Lady Medea didn't so much as look at her... Oh my! I was just storing away my tea since it got cold. I didn't see you there. Why not ask for Lady Medea's help? She took her anger out on me. Lady Sura will be regretting her actions, because she never would have imagined that you'd win the Crown Princess contest. She's blinded by power. There's no doubt that she will want to align herself with the Callistas. Lady Sura will try to trample over Lady Medea to win your favor. But it has turned out for the better. Now I can see if I can fool everyone. This is a chance. The wind is blowing. How peculiar. I thought everything would turn out just as I wanted, but it feels as though I'm trapped in a labyrinth. The House of Callista seems to be deeply connected to the temple. I'm well informed of all the histories of the noble houses, but this must be a secret only the Imperial family is privy to, since I've never heard of it. The temple and the Imperial family have been feuding for years. Despite this, Eros chose Psyche as his future wife. It's just like a fairy tale where love triumphs over all odds. But that's not possible. Something is going on. There's a key piece to this puzzle that I am missing. Swoosh. Long time no see, Helio. You've grown quite thin. Oh, that smile, that tone of voice. It's Lady Medea. Dare I say, you couldn't imagine how much you've worried me, my lady. This kind of makes me feel bad, though, for Psyche. Because if they switch bodies, she goes back to this loveless life where everybody is using her. And I don't necessarily understand the implications behind why the crown prince is after her, but it does make me feel bad for her, because it's quite obvious that Helio loves Medea. You couldn't imagine how much you've worried me, my lady. Gone mad? Me? Why don't we suppose I have? Oh, okay. Why don't we suppose I have? I think is the tone that she's supposed to take him. After all, that would be more convenient for you, wouldn't it? If I have to have gone mad? To overlook your insolence instead of having your heads handed to me on a platter? Damn, she did a good job. Of course, it's obvious that Lady Sarah was out of line. What? How dare she conduct herself in such a manner after hearing such rumors, when Our Lady Medea is as well as ever? I warned her to watch her mouth, but she wouldn't listen. Is that so? What are you saying? It seems everyone has been eager to learn whether Lady Medea had truly gone mad as the rumors said. What would have happened had I not stood my ground as I did today? Until just a moment ago, you had all asked me to see if she had truly gone mad. How strange. Lady Sarah, whom I once feared so much, now looks like a mere pawn on the chessboard. As much as manageable, I can do it. I can live on as Lady Medea. Where is His Highness? Has he gone for a walk? I don't know. He was chatting with Lady Psyche just a moment ago. I never thought I'd see the day that he'd smile like that. I wonder if they'll be wed next year. Oh, how could I have been rejoicing? Oh, Lady Medea? What use is it for me to live on as Lady Medea? Click, clack, click. To look down on others from above. To have power over someone's life and death. What's so great about it? The person who I wanted to protect with his powers gone now. I've had enough. I must be losing my mind. If this is a dream, please, God, wake me up before it's too late. I want to go back. I want to go back to my body. 1, 2, 5. Good, you're all here. You are the knights who have been handpicked and trained in secrecy by the imperial family. Although that woman is weak, and just one of you would have been enough to deal with her, I don't like to leave any loose ends. This is in order. Find my lover, Psyche. He's gonna... Yep, and kill her. Oh, I knew he was a red flag. I caught on to that shit. I mean, what really got it for me was the fact that Helio was able to realize immediately that Medea wasn't really Medea. But he couldn't, and that is so odd. Like I said, if you truly love somebody, you pick up on their mannerisms. You pick up on the things that make them excuse me. You pick up on the things that make them them. So it didn't make much sense that he never picked up on that. Like, yeah. Anyway, no one will suspect me. Who would dare to suspect that the Crown Prince himself has plotted the murder of his fiancée on his very own birthday banquet? So, you'll return to your body if the marriage doesn't happen by the end of this year? On the day of prayer? Yes, I see. I won't be able to return unless it's on that day. He's so overjoyed to see me that he isn't asking me why. I'll keep that in mind. I shouldn't needlessly worry him by mentioning the basement I saw in Count Callista's manor. Try to prod Psyche about the Crown Prince. She's definitely hiding. Someone's coming. Maid Lady, I will take my leave. But before I do, a gift for you. I thought you might need it. How does he know me so well? Lady Psyche, His Highness is looking for you. Is he done taking care of his affairs? He's asked for you to come... He's asked for you to come see him in the gardens. He says that he has a gift for you. If I had more time, I would have told her, and even if they had changed bodies, she was still the only one I would sacrifice my life to protect. Of course she is. Because the person you love is the soul that's within them. Give her the say, you know. Who is Psyche? I was only away for a little while. I can't keep my eyes off of her, even for a moment. Lord Helio, are you looking for Lady Medea? I knew it. Well, I wanted to ask you for a favor. I've offended Lady Medea by speaking out of line. It seems that she's rather upset. Could you please put in a good word for me, my lord? Where did Lady Medea go? That way. Think. Bump. Aren't we too far from the palace? Well, we are. Just following His Highness's orders. But there's nothing... Oh, she dodged? We can stick with this one for right now. Flop. No, her foot just slipped. I can't tell whether she's lucky or not. Huh? What? Are you... Although that woman is weak, and just one of you would have been enough to deal with her, to send this many trained knights to attack such a fragile woman goes against the spirit of chivalry. But, whoosh. We follow imperial orders above all else. Stay still, Lady Psyche. You won't feel a thing if you let us finish with one strike. She definitely... There you are. You've really hidden yourself well. Wait, did she actually just die? Did they kill her off? Or... Because I thought this would be something where the two of them, like, figure it out together. There's no way they just killed her, right? Like, she's a trained knight herself, is she not? Or she's trained with the sword. I never thought I'd see Lady Medea cry again. To think that this is how I would see her crying again. Aren't I pathetic? Why? Am I so foolish? Although you had told me time and time again not to, I couldn't help but run as soon as I heard them say His Highness. I couldn't hold back my tears. Unlike me, Lady Medea is amazing. No one ever doubts her, even His Highness. I guess I will keep making mistakes and running away like I did today until the day my weak-hearted self is exposed. I'm afraid I'll ruin everything Lady Medea has worked so hard to build up in her entire life. I won't stand idly by and let you ruin it. And she is not so weak as to let such a thing bring her down. That looks pretty serious, but I'm not sure if it's somebody else's blood or her own. Do you love Lady Medea, Lord Helio? It's strange to be asked such a question by you with her face. But, my lord... Oh, it's snowing. Suddenly, it crossed my mind that I may have been wrong, that I became Psyche because the guardian deity had granted my wish. Perhaps instead, we switched places for this very moment. Let's hurry back if you're done. You have blood all over you. Let's leave this stud. But you must be disappointed that this isn't my blood. I knew it. I was like, there's no way. But obviously she won't be able to return. I didn't expect to make use of Helio's gift so soon. She stabbed his vital point. Is she really Lady Psyche? On your guard! She's fast. I won't have enough time to draw my sword. Who put you up to this? Was it someone in the Empire, or was it the Crown Prince? Tell me! Alright, we're in episode 10. Who put you up to this? Who was it? Someone in the Empire? Or was it the Crown Prince? You refuse to talk? Then... Shchink! Clink! Swoosh! She was really going to kill me. I could sense her murderous intent. I took her too lightly. The consecutive strike just now was out of the ordinary. To their knowledge, Psyche is only a nobleman's daughter who has never held a sword in her life. But they're quick to adapt to this unexpected surprise. These knights have received formal training. Everyone, on your guards! Do not underestimate her. Fight her as if she's a knight. No matter how skilled they may be, they're no match for me. But it's so difficult to parry their blows with such fragile arms. Your Imperial Highness, you must be the new heir to the Kingdom of Helio. My deepest felicitations for your 21st birthday. Psyche is nowhere to be seen. Everything must be going as planned. You look rather jubilant, Your Highness. Why, yes. It is a joyous day. We should get back now. Once we're in there, I'll stand guard by your side. It's not that I don't understand how you feel, but don't you feel a bit responsible for what's happened? To blindly wish things would return to how they once were. Besides, you had always been envious of Lady Medea. How could anyone not be envious of her? someone as strong as she is. Slash, he doesn't realize what she's gone through either, so he's like, not necessarily understanding the situation. For all we know, Medea and the Crown Prince have been the only people who've ever actually been nice to her. And it's kind of sad because in both ways they were being fake. I can't ward off their blows. The difference in strength is too great. Whoosh. Grasp. Swoop. What? A cowardly... What? What was that? I kept a close eye on that hand that was holding the sword, but the attack came from cowardly? Who are you calling cowardly? When it's all of you against one of me. Under his cape, there is no emblem to reveal his affiliation. This means that they're not an official order of knights, so they are... Ha! Flap. Ugh, I can't see. I can't be off guard for a split second. Whoosh. I have to protect my vitals. Smack. Oh. It looks like I don't have the strength to fight unarmed. Stab. There is only these two for me to win. I must dodge all their attacks. Stab and stab their hearts. Ugh. To defeat them in a single blow. It can't be. This can't be true. How could she possibly defeat us so quickly? We are an order of knights handpicked and trained by the imperial family. I was so proud when His Highness chose me to be his knight. Only one who could fight like this. It should be none other than the best knight in the Empire. I've dealt with the likes of you before. Even if I break every bone in your fingers and gouge your eyes out while you're still alive, you will remain loyal to your master and refuse to reveal who they are. So, it looks like I only have 2 more chances to ask. She is threatening to kill us if we don't answer, but it's funny. Why does it feel like she's asking? Questions she already knows the answers to. It's as if she's trying to reaffirm the answer she already knows. Why did I come to hate Psyche? How did I come to loathe her so much? It's so infuriating. I'm outraged that I must fight in your place, like this. Perhaps the real reason the guardian deity switched our bodies was so that I could die here instead of Psyche. And yet, I have lived my entire life vowing to overturn whatever fate throws at me. Medea Solon, 8 years old. I'm really starting to like Medea a lot. Thus far, I like her a lot more than Psyche, which is odd because I thought I would like Psyche more than Medea. And I think part of it is she's beginning to realize that Psyche does not have what she wanted. A gift? From Mother? Really? Of course. It's your birthday, Lady Medea. They were too busy to come to the party. But they wanted to let you know that they did not forget. Sleep now, my lady, so you can see her grace early in the morning. Yeah. Good night, Nana. Thud. Impersonating your master is a serious offense, you know. Why did you tell her that the doll you bought earlier today was a gift from the Duchess? You could be thrown out for that. I'd be glad to be caught red-handed. The Duke and Duchess are curious about where the doll came from. It means they are taking a bit of interest in our little lady. Why do you care so much? She's doing well enough living in a big mansion wearing nice clothes. Good heavens. What a child of her age needs the most is a simple I love you. A doll like this must have cost her a fortune with Nana's salary. She shouldn't have. You dared to call me over something so trivial as this? Your Grace, this is no trivial matter. Those are books that only those reading at an adult level can master. which means that almost everyone has mastered them already. Your Grace! Lady Medea is only 8 years old. A word of praise could do so much for someone at her age. So they were both abused. Interesting. Don't get ahead of yourself. Everyone can seem smart for their age when they are young. As my daughter, you should be a genius born once in a century. No, born once in a millennium. You must be brilliant enough to be recorded into these history books. Crash. Lady Medea! It's not enough. More. I need to study more. If I want to become someone who is worthy of being recorded in history books. So, don't call for help, Nana. Man. The more and more I learn about their lives, the worse it becomes. I was hoping at least one of them had a somewhat happier life, but it looks like both of them grew up pretty neglected. My parents won't like it if you make a fuss over something like this, but you have a fever. My lady, you're still so small and so young. You don't have to push yourself this hard. Wow. It's warm. Books I could read and swords I could swing. Everything else came easily, but it was so difficult to be loved. 2 years had passed since then, and with the beginnings of spring came an unexpected change. A day out? Although it's for Father's business, it worries me. The securing of supplies hasn't been easy this year. Have you sent word to the temple, Your Grace? Of course. They say it will only get worse in the following years. People will grow more anxious if the war continues to. Father? Why not trade with the neighboring territory? Their territory is in a rural location. Offer them protection and send them our knights in exchange for supplies. Then we will have sufficient supplies and also be able to train our knights. It's a win-win situation for us. What a clever idea, my lady. They do say that children have a unique perspective. You have raised such a magnificent child, Your Grace. Oh my. What Medea said earlier today was rather insightful. In fact, I can't believe that I didn't think of it myself. You called for me, Your Grace? Yes. Send a word to the Margrave. The following year, we were able to overcome the famine. This is a very pretty scenery, by the way. And Father was summoned by His Majesty to be rewarded for his services. He had successfully defended the kingdom from an invasion by neighboring forces that winter. We would have never lasted with just our knights alone. Naturally, he also won the Margrave's favor. Medea, come have a look at this for me. Medea. Medea. You look great in any color, my lady. It must be so nice, Lady Medea, to have such a loving and caring father like the Duke. The streets are filled with the praise of Duke Solon. They say he always thinks several moves ahead, to protect not only his territory, but also the entire empire. What? Only then I realized that something was wrong. Why was it that after all these years, I only have this manor, these dolls, dresses, and jewels that would eventually perish with time? At this rate, it would be my father's name, not mine, that would be recorded in those pretentious history books. She realized it's a very interesting situation because we haven't seen so much of Psyche's background yet, other than knowing about the basement room and that obviously everybody in the manor is in on it. But what we do know is that obviously she was severely neglected. And now we're seeing Medea's point of view. It's a different kind of neglect. Obviously her mother seemed pretty abusive and neglectful, but her father kind of dotes on her, but it's a means to an end. It's not true love. He's doing it because to take advantage of her. You will be engaged this year. It might feel rather sudden, but we have discussed this for some time now, haven't we? His Majesty has come to a decision. The date will be set soon. I worked so hard to arrange this for you. I know you did, Father. Every single day, you tried your hardest for me. I could not figure out what it was that I felt that day. Futility, rage, betrayal, step. Lady Medea! This isn't right, my lady. You don't have to agree to everything. If you are their puppet, I sincerely wish that rather than learning how to become a worthy crown princess, or how to increase the foothold of the family, that you could learn how to lead a happy life. Nana. It's warm, isn't it? You're the only one who genuinely cares about me. But there's one thing that you're misunderstanding about me. If I become the crown princess, I would be in a higher position than a duke. And that makes me happy. Like father, like daughter, I could understand my father. Who would want to share their glory with a mere tool? Yep. The Kingdom of Henel had recently been voicing their discontent over the treaty. His Majesty must have a lot on his mind. What do you think, Medea? They're only bluffing in order to gain the upper hand at the deal. Let them have what they want for now. So I also did what I could do. In the meanwhile, we should make preparations too. Strike when they least suspect it, to have my revenge. Oh, there she goes. That must be Lady Medea. Very, very interesting. All the stuff that we've found out thus far. This is episode 11? Okay. So, this is definitely going to be one of those series where I don't think I'll be able to guess what's happening. Tropes are definitely failing me right now. This is not something that I can think, oh, well, this is just a trope that happens, so obviously this is going to happen. This one does not play by the rules in that sense, so I am interested to see where it takes us. So, I think I'm gonna end it there for tonight, or if it's daytime where you are today. I will see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, leave a comment below, and subscribe if you want more of these series. I also read other series too, so feel free to check them out. Bye-bye!